Hello, class. I have here a sample problem that I posted in MVLE. So you can access this problem doon sa ating Ansay 103 class in MVLE. Now, yung problem is on testing for the presence of linkage group. We need to determine kung merong bang or yung genes ba for coat color at saka presence or absence of horns are linked. So we have here two traits, the coat color and the presence or absence of horns. So dominant B codes for black and then recessive B codes for red. For the dominant P, for the gene P, the dominant P codes for polled and the recessive P codes for horned. And a breeder suspects that coat color or the gene for coat color and then the gene for presence or absence of horns are linked. So to test that or to determine kung tama, they set up a test cross. So yung test cross, ito yung genotype ng bull. The bull is heterozygous, double heterozygous, black-polled ang kanyang phenotype, and the cow is red-horned and its genotype ay double homozygous recessive. We know that for a test cross, we cross a double heterozygous animal to a double homozygous recessive. This is the test cross. But kung titingnan mo kasi yung genotype ng bull at saka genotype ng cow, they are written like this. Ang ibig sabihin nito is magkatabi or magkasama sa isang chromosome ang dominant B, dominant P, and sa another chromosome magkasama ang recessive B, recessive P. Kaya na-mention dito na ang configuration or ang arrangement ng alleles doon sa chromosome ay cis or coupling. Coupling linkage ito. So if we write, i-drawing natin sa chromosome magkasamang dominant B, magkasama niya ang dominant P. And sa other chromosome, kasama niya ay recessive P and recessive B. Yun lang yung ibig sabihin ng ganitong pagsulat ng ah, genotype. So, baka may ma-encounter kayo during your quizzes, exams, or problem sets. Ganito talaga magsulat ng genotype kung ang topic natin ay linkage. Okay, so i-erase later. I'll continue with reading the problem. Ano? So sabi dito, after calving, the breeder records 100 offspring with the following distribution. 42 ay black-polled, 38 ay red-horned, 10 black-horned, at saka 10 red-polled. Now the tasks ay number one, identify the parental and recombinant classes. Number two, estimate the recombination frequency or the RF. Number three, conclude whether the genes are linked or they assort independently. Number four, state the coupling or repulsion configuration. And number five, report the map distance between the two loci. Let's answer them one by one. So number one is identify the parental and recombinant classes. Sinasabi lang dyan is ano yung phenotype ng offspring na katulad ng parents or ng parentals. And then ano yung phenotype na na-produce due to recombination or yung recombinant types or recombinant classes natin. So sa test scores kasi, ginagamit natin yung phenotype ng anak, in this case the calf or the calves, as basis kung alin sa mga phenotypes produced yung parental type at saka alin doon yung recombinant type. So it says here in the test cross, the calf's phenotype reflects the gamete contributed by the heterozygous parent. And yung parent niya na heterozygous is the bull or the sire. Okay? So, base pa lang doon sa genotype ng tatay, the parental gametes would be ito. Ibig sabihin, one gamete carries the dominant B and the dominant P, and another gamete carries the alleles recessive P, recessive P. So with that, makokonclude na natin agad-agad kung alin sa mga phenotypes ng offspring or alin sa mga offspring ang parental type and alin yung recombinant type. For the parentals, these are the parentals. It's the black-polled. Yung mga offspring na ang phenotype ay black-polled at saka red-horned. Once again, these are the parentals because kamukha nila yung phenotype ng tatay or ng bull or ng double heterozygous. Once again, ang basis natin to determine kung alin ang parental type at alin ang recombinant type, ang basis natin is yung parent na ang genotype ay heterozygous. So in this case, ang heterozygous kasi ay bull. Pero kung ang heterozygous ay cow, gagamitin natin ang genotype ng cow as basis to determine the parental and recombinant classes. Yun siya ha. So black-polled at saka red-horned ang recombinant, parental classes or parental types. Oh, okay? So ma'am, ang phenotype lang naman ng bull ay black-polled. Bakit may parental na red horn? May parental na red horn because nga ang parent ay heterozygous. And this red horn produced siya doon sa, or galing siya doon sa idea na ang recessive B, recessive P ay galing or magkasama sa iisang chromosome. And then ito magkasama sa iisang chromosome. So heterozygous kasi siya. Next, recombinants. Siyempre, recombinants are produced kung nagkaroon ng crossing over. Remember our example last time na puro parental types ang na-produce. So, puro parental types ang na-produce sa offspring kapag walang crossing over na nangyari. Pero dito, sa problem na to, merong certain percent or certain likelihood na nagkaroon ng crossing over. And because of crossing over, nakapag-produce tayo ng offspring na tinatawag nating recombinants or recombinant classes or recombinant types. And ang phenotypes produced ay ito, black-horned at saka red-polled. So yan yung sagot sa number 1. Next, number 2. Estimate the recombination frequency. The formula for recombination frequency or RF equals the number of recombinants from the offspring population divided by the total number of offspring produced times 100. Minumultiply natin ng 100 because we express it in percentage. So we substitute the values since na-determine na natin kung alin doon yung recombinant types. So 10 ang black-horned and 10 din ang red-polled. These are the recombinant types. So 10 plus 10 over 100 times 100, that is equal to 20%. Next, proceed tayo sa number 3. Conclude whether the genes are linked or assort independently. So if you restate yung number 3, tinatanong niya kung merong linkage or wala. Tinatanong niya kung yung genes B and genes P ay linked or are they very close together doon sa chromosome or kung malayo ba sila sa isa't isa. Okay, so to conclude, para malaman natin ang sagot, actually the answer is pwedeng yes or pwedeng no, but we need justification or explanation or to support yung answer natin na yes or no. So we need to perform yung chi-square test to answer number 3. So the chi-square test, ito yung steps, by the way, for the chi-square test. Number 1 is to state the HO and HA. HO is your null hypothesis and HA is your alternative hypothesis. Number 2, create a table with observed and expected values. Number 3, perform the chi-square test and compute the chi-square value. Number 4, compare the computed chi-square value to the tabular chi-square value. And then number 5, decide. And our basis to decide is ito. The decision rule is if the chi-square that we computed is greater than the tabular value, we reject our HO or we reject our null hypothesis. And then lastly, we conclude. Our conclusion is either there is linkage or there is no linkage. So isa-isahin natin ang steps. Okay, state the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis is there is no linkage. Kaya nga siya null null hypothesis. There is no linkage. And then for the alternative hypothesis, there is linkage. So yan lang yung choices natin, 'di ba? Sabi ko, we need to determine kung merong linkage or wala. So our assumptions or our hypotheses are there is no linkage or there is linkage. Number two, create a table with observed and expected values. The observed values are already given. Ito yung galing sa problem. So we just copy the phenotypes given doon sa problem. This is black-polled, red-horned, black-horned, and red-polled. For the observed values, based on distribution ng offspring from the test cross, there are 42 black-polled, there are 38 red-horned, there are 10 black-horned, and there are 10 red-polled, for a total of 100 offspring. And then sabi, we also need to get the number of or the expected values. So to get the expected values, i-apply natin yung law of independent assortment. So ito yung test cross, di ba? If there is law of independent assortment, this is how we write. Wala siyang over or wala siyang slash. Once again, if there is law of independent assortment, there is no linkage. Okay? And if there is no linkage, we write the genotypes this way. So this is the test cross. So we know that the genotypes, alam na natin kung paano kumuha ng genotypes for a given mating or from a alam na natin paano kumuha ng genotypes ng offspring produced from a given mating. And this is how we do it, 'di ba? Or are the offspring produced from this mating or from this test cross. So we have here these genotypes and their corresponding phenotypes ay ito. So this is black-polled, black-horned, red-polled, and red-horned with equal number. So 1, so the ratio is 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. Yan yung expected distribution if there is no linkage. This is the expected distribution or ratio if there is law of independent assortment. So ito yung tinatawag natin na expected. But if we go back doon sa situation, sabi kasi 100 ang na-produce na offspring. So ang tinatanong is, ano dapat or if you follow Mendel's law of independent assortment, ano ang expected number ng black-polled? Ano ang expected number ng red-horned? Ano ang expected number ng black-horned, etc. So we compute. We convert itong 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1 into para mag-total siya as 100. So to do that, we write kumbaga, one-fourth, one-fourth. So, one-fourth black-polled, one-fourth black-horned, one-fourth red-horned, or 25%. So, this can be rewritten as one-fourth or 25. So, ibig sabihin, one-fourth or 25% of 100 equals 25. 25 na black-polled. So, isusulat na natin dito. 25 na black-polled, 25 na black-horned, 25. So, tig 25 lahat sila. Yan daw ang distribution dapat ng offspring if walang linkage. Okay? Yan ang expected. Erase muna natin before we proceed to the next slide. Okay? So, I hope nakakasunod kayo dito sa explanation or discussion on testing the presence of linkage group. O, nalagay na natin yung expected values. We have 25, 25, 25, 25 for a total of 100. And then, for the chi-square, ito yung formula kasi. Una, ima-minus natin. So, we get the difference of the observed value and the expected value of the phenotype. O minus E. And then, we get the square. So, isi-square natin, divided by, I'm referring to square, not square root. So, O minus E squared divided by the expected value. And then after we get this, ito total natin. So, ano yung I na sinasabi? So, I is I from 1 to 10. So, IF value is the first, kukompute daw muna natin tig isa. So, O minus E squared over E, i-compute natin per phenotype. So, yung N na yan, it represents until the nth phenotype or the fourth phenotype. Kasi apat ang phenotypes na meron tayo. So, O minus E, so perform natin. O minus E for this black pole, 42 minus 25 equals 17. And then i-square natin, magiging 289 siya. Ganun din dito, 38 minus 25 squared, 38 minus 25, that is 13. I-square mo, magiging 169. 10 minus 25, magiging negative 15. But if you square a negative number, magiging positive. So that's equal to 225. Pareho lang nito. Kasi 10 minus 25 lang din siya. And then next, we fill out itong last column. So, i-divide na natin ngayon yung na-compute natin sa third column, dito sa column na to, itong fourth column, with the expected value. So, 289 divided by 25 equals 11.56. 169 divided by 25 equals 6.76. 225 divided by 25, that's 9. O, same lang din dito. And then, we get the total. Kasi chi-square is total of all these computations natin. So total, 11.56, 6.76, plus 9, that is equal to 36.32. Hindi pa doon nagtatapos. Ito pa lang yung chi-square computed natin. Okay? Kung ayaw nyong gawin itong table, this can be rewritten as like this. So, isulat ko na lang dito. This formula can be rewritten as O minus E over E for the first phenotype. So O1 minus E1 over E1. I-square mo pala to. O1 minus E1 squared over E1 plus O minus E, O2 minus E2 over E2, may square numerator, plus O3 minus E3 squared over E3 plus O4 minus E4 squared over E4. Yan. Yan yung rewritten formula ng chi-square, which is, ganun lang din yung ginawa natin ah, dito sa table. Okay? Next. So, na-compute na natin yung chi-square value. The next thing that we need to do is step 4, compare the computed chi-square value doon sa tabular value. So, chi-square, nilagay ko dito 36.32. And then, paano natin makukuha yung tabular value? We are guided by this chi-square distribution table. So, itong table na to, this can be accessed sa internet. So, ito yung table of values, table of chi-square values. And ang ginagamit natin as basis to determine the tabular value is yung degrees of freedom na 3. How do we compute the degrees of freedom? Degrees of freedom na 3 equals n minus 1. So ito siya. N minus 1. So n refers to the number of phenotypes. So there are 4 phenotypes, right? 4 minus 1, 3. So ito. And then yung 0.05, that is your level of significance or that is your alpha. So ito naman dito sa row na ito. So column and then row. And then we determine yung intersection nitong 3 at saka 0.05. So 3, hanapin natin yung 3, that is your 3. Wait, let me use laser pointer. Okay, yan. So, 3 degrees of freedom and then intersection niya na 0.05 na level of significance or alpha, 7.81. Doon sila nag intersect. So, yan yung chi-square computed and then chi-square tabular value. Next, number 5, decide. Decide kung ire-reject natin ang HO or fail to reject HO. Ang decision rule is, kapag daw greater than, yung na-compute natin na chi-square value, than, greater than, yes, if the chi-square computed value is greater than the chi-square tabular value, we reject HO. So, nilagay ko ulit dito, chi-square computed natin is 36.32. Obviously, this is greater than 7.81. Therefore, our decision is to reject HO. Yan yung step 5. For the step 6, which is yun yung hinahanap natin na sagot, for item number 3, doon sa problem, we conclude. Ang conclusion natin, since nireject natin ang HO, and remember, HO, anong statement natin for HO? HO is, there is no linkage. And if you reject HO na there is linkage na statement, we conclude that there is linkage. Yan yung simple conclusion or yung simple sagot sa number 3 doon sa problem. Or you can restate it to make it more specific. You can state your conclusion as the genes for coat color and presence or absence of horns are linked. So yan yung sagot natin sa number 3 ha. There is linkage or the genes B and P are linked. Now we proceed, ay sorry, that's item 5, sorry, item 4 pala yon doon sa problem. And then we proceed to item number or task number 5 doon sa problem. Sabi dito, state the coupling or repulsion configuration. Naka-state naman na, so given na siya doon sa problem na ang configuration is nasa coupling. Coupling phase or coupling type. Ibig sabihin, the dominant B and the dominant P are on the same chromosome and the recessive alleles are on the another chromosome. And then last question doon sa problem, report the map distance between the two loci. Siyempre, we need to compute. To compute for the map distance, we just multiply the recombination frequency by 100 to express it into map distance or centimorgans. So remember, the recombination frequency is 20% times 100 equals 20 cm. The M here is capital letter. So cm stands for centimorgan. So the capital letter stands for Morgan in honor of Thomas Hunt Morgan, who has significant or who had significant contributions uh, in the world of chromosomes, kumbaga. So 20. So map once again, map distance equals recombination frequency times 100. That is equivalent to 20 centimorgans. 20 centimorgan is also equivalent to 20 map units. So that is the end of my presentation or for my lecture on testing for the presence of linkage group. I hope you were able to grasp what I wanted you to learn dito sa pagtest natin ng uh, linkage. So thank you very much everyone. Have fun learning.